Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So the Mae Young Classic has concluded, and Kairi Sane is the inaugural winner of the tournament. Kairi Sane on the live finale last Tuesday did defeat Shayna Baszler, and I want to say it was like a 17, 18 minute match or so. With that, now the big question is, which women from the Mae Young Classic are actually signed to the WWE and will be working for WWE going forward? There were a number of females that have already been signed to the WWE prior to the Mae Young Classic. Either they have already debuted in NXT or they've just been working out in the Performance Center. So those women, of course, Kairi Sane, Vanessa Bourne, Sarah Logan, Rhea Ripley, Abby Lath, Bianca Belair, Lacey Evans, and Tainara Conti. All those women, like I said, were already signed to WWE contracts prior to the Mae Young Classic and have either been on NXT already or just been working out at the Performance Center. Now, the next set of women I'm about to announce, these women have signed contracts with the WWE since being brought in for the Mae Young Classic. Zayda, Xia Li, Kavita Devi, Dakota Kai, Sage Beckett, Reina Gonzalez, and Jazzy Gabbard. All those women have been signed to the WWE since doing the Mae Young Classic, and this list has been confirmed by Dave Meltzer in the recent edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. So now there's the other question of, well, there were still a lot of women that were good in the Mae Young Classic. Why aren't they signed? That's either A, WWE is interested and they just haven't signed their contracts yet, or WWE is interested and we don't know if they're interested. So the first name I want to talk about, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler did make it all the way to the finals, and the original plan was not for Shayna Baszler to actually make it to the finals. The original plan was for Toni Storm to face Kairi Sane in the finals. WWE felt if they were going to go all in with the four horsewomen feud, they wanted Shayna Baszler in the finals to make her seem more legit. They also did have a plan to do a confrontation at the Mae Young Classic finals between the four horsewomen and the four horsewomen, which didn't pan out because last minute they changed their mind on that, saying, hey, we can't have this actually overshadow the actual winner of the Mae Young Classic since it's not Shayna Baszler. But WWE is interested in signing Shayna Baszler, but no contract has actually been signed yet. One interesting note about Shayna Baszler is she doesn't have any indie dates booked or announced going forward. That could be a sign that she's going to sign with the WWE and the contract hasn't been negotiated yet, or she was just working the Mae Young Classic, seeing how everything unfolded there before signing some new dates with indie promotions. Next up, we have Piper Niven, one of the more popular females in the Mae Young Classic. WWE is very, very interested in signing Piper Niven, but they haven't worked out a contract yet. One thing you have to look at to know exactly how interested they are in her is they flew her out for the finals just to be in the crowd. And it wasn't just, oh, hey, you're back home in Scotland? Cool, we'll fly you out. No, she was actually in Japan and they flew her out for the day, just the day. They flew her out to Las Vegas to be in the crowd, and then they flew her back to Japan that next day. I know a lot of people would love to see Piper Niven signed to the WWE, as some have tried to compare her to Nia Jax because of her size, but you can't really do that because she is way more experienced and so much better than Nia Jax. Oh, next up, Toni Storm, the woman that was originally supposed to go to the finals with Kairi Sane. It's the kind of the same thing with Piper Niven. Toni Storm was in Japan and they flew her out for the day. Her and Piper Niven got flown out together. They were in the front row for the Mae Young Classic, and then that next day, her and Piper Niven flew back to Japan. I mean, that's a lot of flying in a 48-hour time span for these two women. But the thing about Toni Storm, she's only 21 years old. Whether they sign her now or sign her in a couple years, she's still going to be red hot. But if they can sign her now because she has that momentum coming off the Mae Young Classic, That'd be huge for WWE. You give her a year or so in NXT, maybe 2 years in NXT as like one of the top 2, top 3 women down there. And by the time she's ready to come up to the main roster, she'd be white hot. She can be like one of the top women on Raw or the top women on SmackDown. Heck, if they don't mess her up in NXT, she can come to the main roster and immediately be a challenger for one of the championships. WWE is also interested in possibly signing Mercedes Martinez. Now some may say, why do you want to sign her? She's 37 years old. She's probably close to the end of her career. She's been doing this for 15, 16 years, if not longer. Does she even want to sign with the WWE? That is not exactly known if she wants to sign, but WWE does want to sign her. The feeling is that she does have a few more years left on her. If she wants to retire at, say, 40, and she's got 2 or 3 more years, but then because of her experience, they could possibly use her as a trainer down there at the Performance Center. She's somebody that, like I said, has got over 16 years experience, and she would be amazing to try and teach these new girls, even guys, some things coming in through the Performance Center. Now the next name I want to talk about is Candice Larae. Candice Larae is easily one of the top 3 or 4 most popular women on the US indie scene today. Not just because of, she works with guys and people think that's cool. No, because she's just a great worker. WWE is very interested in signing Candice LeRae, and most people backstage within the WWE and NXT think that it's a done deal and the contract just hasn't been finalized. And they're not thinking this just because, her husband's Johnny Gargano and he's in NXT. No, they're thinking it because her lifelong goal's been make it to WWE. And with WWE interested in her now, because they've soured on her a little bit in the past for her work with men, but with WWE now interested, this is her best chance to get a contract. Now the next 2 names I want to talk about, I kind of want to talk about together. It's Tessa Blanchard and Rachel Ellering, or as she went by in the Mae Young Classic, Rachel Evers. I still don't get why they made her change her name. At first, I thought they made her change her name because they didn't want to say that she was related to Paul Ellering. But then every match she had, they said, hey, her father's Paul Ellering. Paul Ellering, the WWE Hall of Famer. Paul Ellering, the manager of the Authors of Pain. So it's baffling why they made her change her name to Rachel Evers. She did get that name from Lance Storm's daughter, as that is Lance Storm's daughter's name, and she was trained by Lance Storm and has a good relationship with their whole family. Anyways, Tessa Blanchard, Rachel Ellering. Undeniably, the 2 most popular women on the US indie scene right now. These 2 women, everywhere they go, they can main event, and they did. They main evented an iPay-per-view for Wrestle Circus. These 2 women are amazing, and WWE is interested in both of them. They both have WWE Hall of Fame parents, and, they're still young. They're still quite young, and they still have a lot of time left in their career. But the thing is, because they are so successful on the indies, because they're so popular here in the United States, would they want to sign? Would they want to leave all that and come to the WWE and have to work the WWE schedule? These 2 females are probably making the most money of any woman on the independent scene right now. And I don't know if I would give that up just yet. I mean, if their goal is to come straight to the WWE, if their lifelong career goal is, hey, I want to be in the WWE, then seize the opportunity now. Coming off the Mae Young Classic would probably be their best bet to get signed. I know WWE is going to always be interested in them, as they have been brought to work on NXT in the past, but I just feel if these 2 women are happy with what they're doing right now on the indie scene, don't just throw it all away. Don't just say, it's the only time WWE is going to ever offer the contract, because I don't think it's the only time. I think give it a year or 2 if they want to stay on the indies. WWE will always be there and always be interested. So with that, what do you guys think of the list of names that the WWE has already signed from the Mae Young Classic? Most of them, I'm not too surprised about it, because they're some of the more less experienced ones, the ones that they can bring down to the WWE Performance Center and mold into what they believe should be a pro wrestler, mold them into the WWE style. But they did still sign some girls that have a lot of experience, like Sage Beckett, Dakota Kai, and Jazzy Gabbert. Also, of the women that WWE are still interested in but yet to sign, what do you think of them? Do you think that maybe they're just holding out to see what the WWE offers, or that they're really just on the fence and not sure if they do want to sign with the WWE, like I did say with Tessa Blanchard and Rachel Ellering? But again, let me know your thoughts on all of this, all the women from the Mae Young Classic, and also who that the WWE hasn't signed or isn't still interested in would you like to eventually maybe see come to the WWE, like a Mia Yim or a Marty Bell? Let me know all your thoughts right down there in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.